What's up guys, I'm Shane and this is Spare Change. If you've got a passion for new movies and for new audio and video gear, then tap the subscribe button for new weekly videos. In for a review, we have 2019's Aladdin on 4K Blu-ray. I won't be reviewing the movie itself, I'm just going to share with you my thoughts on the video and the audio quality. Now let's go over a few tech specs. The movie was shot in 2.8 and 3.4K. It's got a 2K DI, it's rated PG, runtime is 128 minutes, aspect ratio is 239:1, so unlike the cartoon, you will get those black letterbox bars. Alright, let's talk about the picture quality first. I liked it. I watched it both on my OLED and my projector, and I'll say it's not the sharpest transfer, but it's clean throughout with splashes of 4K crispiness. The close-up near-field shots were super detailed, of course, with a ton of textures on all the costumes, like the stitching, the cotton fibers, etc., all richly detailed. The exterior shots within the city were equally great looking, as the stone buildings and all the sand were rendered cleanly as well. Like I mentioned, it's not the sharpest transfer, so you'll see some softness. The CGI genie, which a lot of people were saying looked off, well, did look a little off, but I mean, come on, he's a blue smoky genie who changes sizes and looks different all the time. I think it worked, and I thought it blended in with all the live action stuff. Some of the other digital effects, like flying on the carpet and singing in Chapter 10, doesn't exactly look real, but it's not like it's going to take you out of the movie. As for the color palette, I thought it had a nice warm tone, seeing as it does take place in the desert. So HDR does add extra saturation and smooth gradational transitions. Colors do pop, with Chapter 8 being one of the standouts, with the bright splashes of orange, yellows, greens, purples, all jumping off the screen. Now don't go thinking this whole movie is going to be bright and vibrant. This is one of those HDR movies that leans on the dimmer side, so if Aquaman is the HDR king so far, I'd say this is about 2 notches below that. Black levels were a mix of deep and contrasty, with a bit of murkiness thrown in. Spectral highlights pop up from fireworks, sunsets, and some flames, but it won't be the kind that's going to blind you. You won't be needing your sunglasses.
Coming right up!
Audio is in Dolby Atmos, and I thought it was kind of a mixed bag. The volume level seemed fine, but I thought it was more of a front-heavy mix. There is some light ambiance in the surround channels, with really good musical spread in the lower and height speakers whenever it was time for a song. Chapter 7's Friend Like Me sounded excellent, with great instrumental separation that spread through all 11 of my speakers, with a few directional Atmos effects thrown in. A Whole New World in Chapter 10 was another standout, with great dynamics and instruments that seemed to float in space. Bass response was really good in Chapter 6's Cave of Wonders Escape, with room-shaking low frequencies. There's a few other times I heard some really low bass, but for the most part, I thought bass was lacking. As for Atmos height effects, I thought they were light if it wasn't for music playing, but when you do get to the finale in Chapter 14, that's when things start sounding like a good action movie. Sounds move overhead and within the lower surrounds, and your subwoofers will get a decent workout. Soundstage was nice and spacious, and dialogue was always easy to hear. So for audio, I'm gonna go with an 8.5. The musical numbers were great, with some occasionally good height effects. Bass could have been fleshed out some more, but overall, I did like the way the movie sounded. For video, I'm gonna go with an 8.5 again. It's not 4K crispy all the way through, but I thought it did look better than the standard Blu-ray, with some great detail and some great colors. So the question is, should you grab this movie or stick with the animated version? Well, the animated version is better, but I thought this was a good watch, and it's worth owning if you are a fan of the cartoon. Although there were a couple songs I thought they could have done without, but still, I thought it was good, genie and all. Now, if you guys want to grab this movie, I'll leave a link for it down below in the description. Leave us a comment and let us know your thoughts on this 4K transfer, and did you like this or would you rather stick with the cartoon? If you want, you can find us on social media, and if you want to get exclusive content or just have a question, then stop by our Patreon page. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys again in the next one.